Who remembers the Columbine shooting? Or what about the Sandy Hook school shooting? Or even maybe the Stoneman Douglas shooting? Or the recent school shooting that happened in May of 2018 here at a Texas school at Santa Fe High School? What if we were the ones sitting in that classroom? Or maybe even if one of our kids were sitting in that classroom? What would we do? We are fixing to uncover the sad facts about school violence. We will explore school violence and why school violence is plaguing the nation. Lastly, we will uncover ways to reduce violence in school systems. Today, we will focus on the major factors of school violence, identify the effects of school violence, and reveal methods of prevention. We will review some of the past school shootings that happened here in the United States. The Columbine shooting took place in April of 1999 when Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris went on a shooting spree. They killed 13 people while wounding 20 more. They would then take their own lives. This high school shooting would prompt a national debate on gun control and school safety. Next up is the Sandy Hook school shooting. This school shooting took place in December 14th of 2012. This massacre would take the lives of 26 people. 20 of those lives were children between the ages of 6 and 7 years old. According to www.Britannia.com, the Sandy Hook school shooting would renew the debate about the Second Amendment rights. The NRA would then advocate for the introduction of armed guards for American schools. The Santa Fe school shooting occurred on May 18th of 2018. 10 people were fatally shot and 13 others were wounded. Again, this school shooting would push advocates to pass stricter gun laws. According to www.texastribune.org, this Republican town says gun control isn't the goal, but that discussing what could be done to prevent the next mass tragedy. Now that we have uncovered the crisis of school shootings, let's look at possible solutions. With school violence on the rise, it begs the question of whether or not we should arm our school teachers. Teachers are the first responder when the crisis occurs. Teachers are in the first line of defense of injury. If teachers are armed, it would quicken the response when shots are fired in a school setting. According to the Department of Homeland Security, it reveals that the average duration of an active shooter incident at a school is 12.5 minutes. The average response for law enforcement is 18 minutes. If teachers are armed, the response time could be cut by 15 minutes. There is an opposition to arming teachers. School officials will be asking educators to make a transition from educator to protector within seconds. These educators would need to take immediate action in a deadly force incident. Arming teachers could help provide more security for students at the school. Now that we have identified the solution, let's examine what benefits would happen if they implemented this into action. Maximum security in classrooms could possibly be achieved if teachers were armed with weapons. Increased security could help decrease violence. Schools should have gun safety classes for students and teachers. Adding increased security into the public schools could help reduce the violence in schools. According to www.npr.org, there are 9 states that have already passed bills to permit teachers to carry guns in schools. Today, we have looked at the increase in school violence, we have identified possible solutions, and we have explored methods of prevention and methods of protecting our students. We have identified the past school shootings. We have explored the possible ways to prevent the school violence. It has been undeniable that there has been an increase in school and mass shootings. Regulating gun control and safety is not going to happen overnight. We need to talk with our school boards and our state government on implementing gun safety in schools and about the possibility of arming our teachers. The time of doing nothing is over. It is time to use our voices to protect our children. It is time to start talking with our lawmakers to push for a state bill to allow teachers to be armed. When we turn on the news, let's not make it another goal to see another mass tragedy of a school shooting. If arming teachers will help save the lives of students, then it's worth the effort. Children should feel safe in their classrooms. Let's make sure we do what we can to save our lives of our children.